Hey! Welcome to another class with Zitro Woodworking. Now, my name is Jean-Luc Ortiz, and as we all know, it is getting pretty close to Valentine's Day. And most people already have a gift, but if you're like me, you love to procrastinate. So, how will you find that special gift that means so much in so little time? And how does woodworking have anything to do with that? Well, let me tell you. A wooden spoon. Now, a wooden spoon for Valentine's Day? What's your significant other even going to use a wooden spoon for? Well, let me just tell you. There's thousands of reasons. If your significant other goes to the gym, they use it to scoop their protein out into their protein shake. If your significant other loves to cook, maybe they use it with rice. But maybe your significant other doesn't cook, doesn't go to the gym, but we've all been there watching Netflix, sitting on the couch, eating ice cream, and we cannot find a spoon big enough. Well, today you will be able to make the best, perfect spoon, handmade, that will mean the world to your significant other. Cheap and easy solution for Valentine's Day. Let's get started.
First, you need to cut your wood to size. For this, I'm going to be using a Japanese saw, but you can use any saw that you have laying around in your garage. After that, you're going to want to lay out where it is you want your spoon. You can use an existing spoon or a template like I do here. That will leave you with perfect guidelines for your cut. Take that over to your bandsaw and then you can cut out your spoon from the rest of your board so you can get going and start carving. Just to show that you don't need any fancy, expensive equipment to make this spoon, I will be using my chisel set from Harbor Freight. These two chisels that I'm using are the curved chisels, and those will be the ones that I'm using for the bowl of the spoon. Now, to make the rest of the spoon to shape the handle and the backing, we will be sanding. Now, you can use a belt sander like the one you see that I am using, which is also from Harbor Freight, or you can use a palm sander, or of course you can sand it by hand. Now we are making great progress with the spoon until tragedy hits.
Well, there's some good news and bad news. Luckily, yesterday I made a lot of progress on the spoon, but of course my camera died. So today we're going to continue.
Now, while you guys watch me finish up carving the bowl of the spoon, I would like to talk to you guys about estimating shrinkage and swelling in wood and how you can use grain direction to decide what side of the board you will use for the top of your spoon. When looking at the end grain of your wood, you will see U-shaped lines in the wood. You want to have those U-shaped lines facing downwards and make the top of your spoon at the peak of that curve, and that will help you prevent shrinkage or cracking or splitting of your spoon over time. All this information I found and I learned through the book Understanding Wood, A Craftsman's Guide to Wood Technology by Bruce Hoadley. I will put a link to that book in the description below. After finishing up carving the spoon, I will do a quick sanding to the entire spoon, starting out with 80 grit sandpaper and then moving on to 220 grit sandpaper to leave it really smooth and soft to the touch. And then we can move on to finishing. Now that the spoon is smooth to the touch, we will be using a homemade wax finish that I make. I use 3 ingredients to make it. First ingredient is beeswax, the second ingredient is carnauba wax or carnauba wax, and the third ingredient is mineral oil. You can use anything from a shirt to an old rag to blue shop towels to apply it. To make the wax finish, all you have to do is combine the 3 ingredients by melting them all down, and then once it dries you will end up with this paste. Now, there are many woodworkers who use and make this type of paste. For example, SkanWoods and Katz-Moses both have videos or posts talking about how they make their own concoction, and I will link both of those guys in the description below. To apply the wax finish, all you need to do is scoop out a little bit from your jar or whatever container you keep it in, put it on your cloth, and just rub it into every single surface of the wood. If you want, you can leave it on there to soak into the wood a little bit, and then after, use a little bit cleaner part of the cloth that you are using and simply buff it out until you get a nice matte sheen. The nice part about using the mix between beeswax and carnauba wax, it gives you a nice matte finish with a great looking end product. And like I said before, cheap and easy, and now you have a beautiful spoon.
What are you guys still doing here? Go make your spoon. Trust me, it's worth it. And it's the perfect gift for Valentine's Day. I promise they'll love it.